All right, guys. Welcome to the second. Nice job. Good shit. Well, welcome to the second partially engaged podcast. Today with me, I have Sabata and Skel, and you guys can maybe introduce yourself for a second. Say something about yourself.
Uh, well, I am a mod of Internet Frandos. I've been here for about six or 5 months, and then Sabata, I'll hand it off to you. Just
Yeah,
to
I'm a what they call a migrator from the great journey that is quarantine. I have been here since kind of the end of April. I think it's been officially because I think I joined April 20th. So I think it's been officially 1 month of me being in Internet Friendos. Pretty cool.
All right. So, for y'all that most of you probably know me, kind of a big deal. No, I'm kidding. I've been here for about 10 months now. I don't know if you guys actually know. I didn't really introduce myself that much, but my name is Paul, but everyone refers to me as Duke. I've been here for about 10 months. I have seen like a lot of the sides of the server, from like being friends with a lot of the mods, to being banned, to being like the server troll, to just being a normal member. And so uh, I thought starting a podcast and talking to people, members of the server, about things would be really cool. And everyone's bored as fucking quarantine anyway. So,
True.
why the fuck not? So, first topic of the day I want to talk about, because we do have Skel here, is what's it like going from being like a member to becoming a full-time like moderator of the server? Because you've been a moderator for a good, how long do you think you've been a mod for now?
I want to say like 3 or so months, but I can check my staff introduction to get a bit more accurate on that. Actually, about 3 months. Yeah, three
Okay.
months, 12 days.
Oh, so about half the time you've been here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, what would you say is like some things that like people like wouldn't know, like about transitioning, like being a moderator in the server?
Uh, I'd say that some people might see it as a strict power gain, like as if there's because I think that I don't know if it just goes for this server, or if it's like a general Discord thing where the status as a mod is taken as only about the power, like you pretty much. Sorry, I'm stumbling over myself.
Nah, you're good, bro. Take your time.
I that think some people can see it as that, and but it's more about, or at least to me, it's about uh, talking to the people in the community, making sure people are doing well, and I think that becoming a mod, you have more authority to uh, help people in disputes, and you have a bit more you're able to like set the tone when it comes to VC. Like I know, like there are a lot of times where I'll be in a VC with people, and each VC is different. Some are more PG, some are less PG, some are more rowdy, some are less rowdy. And but I don't personally. Uh, I'm not the strictest mod, but that's because like I like to have let people have fun with their conversations. Um, and I'd say that another thing is there's a bit of anxiety that comes with being a mod, because you have to like constantly be constantly be on edge, because you never know when someone might join the server, and
Just iterate.
yeah.
Yeah, that shit is annoying. Not gonna lie. I know a lot of moderators have kind of like I've talked to you about this personally. Have said like people like don't realize that like when you become a mod, you like have to understand you're not just like a member anymore. You have to like think about things a little bit differently. I mean, do you think you could elaborate a little bit on that?
Uh, well, you become more than a member in the sense that I'd say that you interact a lot more with people than you would as a member, I'd say. Not that there aren't any, not that members aren't very active, but it's like you have to be consistent with your interaction. You can't like sometimes some members will take decently length breaks from the server because of life or whatever. But with a mod, you have to be a bit more formal with your leave, and there are also times where you have to be the one that has to make unpopular decisions, and that can be really hard if you're like the only mod active or the only mod that's currently online, because then there's less like ambiguity and anonymity about who's enforcing the rules, if that makes any sense.
For sure, for sure. Um, I mean, I definitely have. I feel like I've been here long enough to, and we've both been here long enough to really see like the moderators evolve and stuff. Seeing people come and go, some people come back that haven't been mods for a while, and stuff like that. I mean, why is it that you think some people just don't work as moderators? I would say, like, what is it that you think? Like, okay, so you know how a lot of times people become mods and then really soon after they'll be demoted.
Hmm.
Why do you think that happens? Do you think it's people don't understand like what they're actually signing up for, or
Yeah, I'd say that's a big part of it. I'd say it's like it can be. There's like a lot of things that you can do to. I wouldn't necessarily say a bad mod, but maybe just not be best fit or be in the best place in life to be in the position. For one, it's that you don't have enough time. Like you're more busy in your IRL life, and so you don't have enough time to say be the most methodical with your rulings. Another reason that people don't work out as mods is that they they go a bit drunk with power and are get fan happy, get
the
more
virtual clout?
unhappy. The virtual clout,
Bro, I
yes.
I have been drunk with the virtual clout before. Not gonna lie, clout's kind of fun. No,
It's easy. It's easy to do. Easy to do.
I get what you mean, man. Um, but yeah. So I mean, are you? What made you want to be a mod?
Well, this was the first server I joined. This was the and this is like the only server I'm very active on. And so I thought, if I'm gonna spend quite a bit of my time here, why not try to contribute the most to the environment or community that I can.
I respect that. I respect that.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Thank you.
I kind of just am toxic, and that's how I contribute. But okay. But I think that's really cool. I'd say that's a pretty fucking solid answer, my guy.
Hmm.
Do you have any more comments about that, or do you think it's time to move to the next topic?
Uh, I think that's the main reason
Uh,
why. I think I've covered like all of it for that topic. Yeah.
okay, now let's switch gears to the other side of the spectrum. So moving to Sabata,
Yeah.
how is it the server seem, like as a new member?
It's pretty chill. When I first joined this server, I was kind of like on a server joining spree. I started just looking for like really weird servers, like the back end those back
Mm.
end servers that just have communities that are just either incredibly toxic or just like
Oh,
so in their own bubble that they're really exclusive and they don't really want anyone other than people who think exactly like them
that sucks. Yeah.
in that server. And I've noticed that this server I mean, for the most part, it was, for one, it was like the only server that I have joined that had VC that was immediately open. Almost everyone requires you to, level up to like level 10 or something before like voice chats are unlocked. And while I see the reason to do that based on my time here with the amount of, raids that you guys end up getting, and but I mean that's the reason that you have mods that are always active, right? You need those to kind of control that influx, and because you have mods that are always active, you can get away with leaving voice chat open, for new users. So I don't know. I kind of started off just joining in because I just wanted someone to talk to while I was sitting at home doing my work. And most of my friends are considered essential workers. They all work in like either bio or biotech, and so they all switched gears as soon as like Corona hit. So they're all going super hard on, either virus testing or, virus discovery, stuff like that. They pretty much all switched over to virology, and I was just kind of here like, well, I have no one to talk to. Let's just join and meet a bunch of weird people. And then I stumbled on this group of lads, and I've been here ever since.
Good stuff. So I wanted to ask, what do you think is easier to like ease into, like more of like text chat, more voice chat? I mean, I know you're more of a voice chat person, but
I'm more of a voice chat person. The problem that I have with text chat is usually, I mean, it's just kind of the limitations of text, right? It's kind of hard to discern emotion, and also, like for example, our main chat is usually like one person logs on, says hi, then you have 90 people that are all like, hey, that person, and then start shooting like hearts their way and stuff. I feel like the amount of actual discussion in main chat isn't really too high.
you're really adding a lot of people right now, my god.
Oh, I am. I'm looking to like dig in, man. I'm digging out this server, but yeah, and so like I found like when I started getting on, I was just like, hey, what's up, and it's just like everyone's just like, oh hi, you're new, blah blah blah, and then I felt like there's just like way too many like inside jokes, and everyone's like having a good time, and I'm just kind of over here like, text chat, yeah, I'm like 23. This is kind of not my speed. And so I joined a voice chat, and I remember like the first voice chat I had was with all these people. I just joined in, and they were like laughing too hard, and it was again one of those moments where I was just like, man, I'm kind of feeling a little out of the loop right now. I gotta get inside the loop.
Yeah.
And so then I ended up just spending way too much time in VC, and now I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of who's who. I made some good friends, I think, and I know quite a bit of people. So for only being here a month, and of course everyone pulling into my seminars and spam chat, hashtag spam. Go check out hashtag spam. Every once in a while,
Spam is for incels. Whatever. Next topic. So, no, what I was gonna say is, there are definitely different communities for both text and text chat and like main, or text chat and voice chat. I mean, like when I first joined in, I was a voice chat only member, and then like once I started talking text chat more and stuff later on. That's when you realize like how many people you don't know in the server just because you haven't talked to them yet, which is always really interesting. So I think it's really cool for new members. Like the another big thing is like sometimes it's just luck if someone's gonna stay or not, because you can join. There are times of the day where it's just dead, and like for short periods of the day where it's just dead, and so someone could join then and be like hi, and nobody responds, like it's dead, next server, and that's that. And other times, I mean, they could join in. There's a bunch of people in the voice chat, and it just works out. It's a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, I
agree.
It's all about how it is there. I think it's time to move to our next topic though, which is how quarantine has affected the server, and I mean, quarantine definitely has a lot of people back. Let's be honest. I've been noticing like. Not only is like the server just super active right now, but there's a lot of like old faces that I haven't seen in a long time in the server, which is really cool. And so like I don't know, I think it's a really good thing for the server. I think Discord is an amazing thing for the quarantine, I guess. Like, if we're going to be stuck inside, might as well talk to other people. They're just as bored as us, honestly. Uh,
Hmm.
but I feel like another thing is, like, for people that are coming back, like, especially for me, you realize, like, how much, like, you miss, like, talking to random-ass people and these friends you make on Discord and stuff. It's like,
Mhm.
definitely its own culture. And so it's like, really cool to see that a lot of people are coming back. I mean, what do you guys think?
I'd say that I agree with the fact that the server's definitely been popping off a bit more than it was before quarantine. Not only have we been seeing a not only have we been seeing a steady group of new people coming in, we've also been seeing, like you said, older faces
Mm-hmm.
being a bit more active than they would be had quarantine not been a thing. And a lot of those people we might not have gotten to meet if quarantine hadn't been a thing. So, while it definitely sucks that there's a virus out there that's killing a lot of people, the silver lining is that we get to meet people like Sabata, who
Yeah.
wouldn't have been here if not for the
Yeah,
quarantine.
I would have still been in lab. It's only 7:17 my time, you know? Like that I gotta be there for at least another 4 hours and then I can go home.
Fair enough. I mean, for me, I mean, when the quarantine, I'm gonna be honest. When the quarantine started, I was banned from the server. So I didn't come back right when quarantine started. I mean, I had to move home back across the country and stuff, which kind of sucked. Like, I was busy all the time. I wasn't on Discord much at all anyway during school, just because I was so busy all the time with it. Um, and so, uh, coming back, I was like, man, I really wish I was back in the server. So that's what kind of made me try to like work to see if I could possibly rejoin the server. And I'm very, very glad I did. Ended up working out in the end. So I think that's really cool. I think people just need to try give Discord. I feel like so many people view Discord from the outside as like it's just this weird thing. Like, what is the point of Discord communities? You just talk to people, but at the same time, just you can't really knock something until you try it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
All right. Do either of you guys have anything else to say about that, or do you want to move on to the next thing?
Uh, I
You good?
think that one more thing I might add is that the only that one potential downside of it is that it's also like I think it's taking a toll on people's, or at least on some people's, mental health and their ability to keep conversations going, just because people's lives are paused, and so there's not as much going on, and so there's not as much to talk about. Like, not only in their personal lives, but there are usually a constant stream of movies coming out, but that's also not a thing right now because quarantine, social distancing, can't really film movies if you have to stay away from each other. But I think that's all I'd add to that.
All right. So yeah, I would agree on all of that. I mean, yeah. So the next topic I wanted to talk about, and this is where things are gonna be heated. I'm not sure if I have permission to stream in this chat. I'm going to try to though if I can. Yoshi, if I don't, then I'd appreciate you giving me perms. Next thing we're going to talk about. Oh, I do. Next thing we're going to talk about is fast food. We're gonna talk. I wanna.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna be out here making a fast food tier list. And since all of us live in the United States, some of the people that don't live here might not know some of them, but I think a lot of people will know most of them. So, can you guys see my screen too?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get right into it. So,
All right, easy in and out S tier. You get
whoa,
that shit up
all
there.
right, let's chill for a
Get
second.
that
Let's start.
shit
Let's
up there. Look here, son. I'm from California. You best be repping that shit.
Alright.
You put that shit up in S tier. That's where that deserves.
All right. We'll do S tier for now. In the end, we'll do all of our personal favorites and put them
Okay,
there.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, I agree. So let's go in order. Chill the fuck out, Sabata.
I'm sorry, man. There's priorities that I have. All right, and that's putting in and out up in S tier.
I respect
Easy.
that. Alright, so Arby's is trash, my dudes. I'm sorry, it is just so bad.
I know they say that that's what they're thinking, but I am thinking that I've never gone there and I don't plan on ever going to Arby's.
I've been to
so-
one once and I regretted it. I felt sick after. What about you,
It's been
Skel?
so long since I've been to one, and the only time that I remember going there, it wasn't the best. So yeah, I'd say it would probably be on the lower.
I think it'd be
low
F. I think it's
tier
F.
list.
I think it deserves F. Honestly, it's a
Yeah.
sorry excuse for a fast food place. All right, next we have Jack in the Box. So
Okay.
okay.
No. D. D at best.
I think it's between D and F because I always feel sick after, but I know a lot
I
of people
hate
like it.
Jack in the Box.
I don't like it
I
either.
never.
People say their fries are good. People say their burgers are good. I had both, and I was like, dude, it's like worse than like Mickey D's, dude. I'd rather just go to Mickey D's. It's easy.
Never heard of them.
Easy pick 'em.
You've
easy
never heard of
pick 'em
Jack in the
nachos.
Box?
Nah.
All right, you're lucky then. I would say D
You're
because
fortunate,
it's
yeah.
not Arby's bad, but it's D. All right, A and W. So I've been to one once, and it was very mediocre.
I've never been to the. I've only had root beer from A&W.
Yeah, I
I've never
didn't think they
been-
had a restaurant.
Yeah, it's like a burger place. It's very. I would say it's C tier. It's very average.
All right, you're the only one that
All
knows.
right, Auntie Anne's.
Also never heard of that.
No,
Pretzel place.
you've never been to Auntie Anne's.
I'm not big on pretzels, so I don't think that I have a fair opinion on this one.
I put that C too. It's unique and it's
Yeah.
not bad. I'd say it's in the middle. Do any of you guys know what Boston Market is?
I want to say I've seen that one a bit. I've heard that it's good, not the best, but good.
What about you?
What
Sabata?
about you guys?
I've never heard of it.
Wanna just
I
put
think
this
it
here?
might. Yeah, just put in question mark.
Alright, Burger
I don't know.
King. It's literally just worse McDonald's. That's all it is.
It's true. It's true. Facts.
It's literally just McDonald's,
The
but
boy
worse.
is spitting facts.
That's all it is. There's just nothing.
Oh damn.
Do you like
Oh,
it?
why? You like Burger King? Skel.
I think there are a few things. I agree with you for the most part that it's a worse McDonald's, but I do think that there are a few things they have that, I like for example the chicken fries. Like they had like the slushies, and but other than that, yeah, I think that McDonald's has them beat out.
I mean, are the chicken fries that good though?
I mean, I like them, but I understand if like I know it's not like it's not something that would be a big deal. It's not something that would make you want to go to one place over the other.
Here's the thing. I don't know if I could say that I've had a Burger King burger in. Well, actually, ever. I don't think I've ever had a Burger King burger.
Bro,
I don't think I've
it's-
ever had a burger at Burger King.
it's
I think I've
worse
had grilled
McDonald's.
cheese sandwich at Burger King.
Okay, well,
And
how was that?
I remember being quite unsatisfied with the grilled cheese sandwich.
How
at
do you
Burger
fuck up
King.
a grilled cheese sandwich? It's literally cheese bread.
Dude, okay. You're saying how you fuck up a grilled cheese sandwich? Like, last time I went and got a grilled cheese sandwich at McDonald's, I went through the drive-thru and I was just like, dude, can you get me a grilled cheese? And the guy was like, I don't know what that is. I'm just like, dude, bun, cheese,
Mongoloid.
bun. That's all you have to fucking do. Just bun, cheese, bun.
Fair.
And the guy's like, oh, okay, I got this. And like, gets the order and I like get home and open it up and it's just 2 buns. You
Good
forgot the
shit.
cheese.
Yes.
It's just like literally just 2 empty buns. And I'm just like, what
Hell
the,
yeah.
what am I supposed to do with this?
Hell
Gen
yeah.
Gen Z
Like
doesn't know.
better than just like a slab of cheese in a bag, but like still like come on, man.
So what are we thinking? So Skel, you like some of this stuff? It's
Yeah,
worse McDonald's. It's not terrible, but it's worse McDonald's.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say
I think it's
B
either C.
for now, B or
B.
C.
I think B.
It's fine.
All right, what the fuck is Checkers?
It's Rallies. Have you had Rallies?
What
They're
the fuck
same...
is Rallies?
Okay, it's like a Midwestern place. In my opinion, that is the worst food that I've ever had. Granted, the only
Are you
experience
sure?
that I had
It
having
says crazy good food.
No. I know people love it. The only time I've ever had Checkers or Rallies was in a Walmart. So like my experience with Rallies is based on Walmart standards of Rallies,
Oh,
which
gosh.
probably is like not high. That's like going to like the fucking Burger King in a Walmart or something. You know, it's like
Jeez.
it's not going to be good. So hard to say.
It's like if you made someone. It's like if you're like talking about a potential fight between 2 people, but you have one person be handicapped. That's the equivalent of the restaurant, but it's in a Walmart.
So
Yeah.
F.
I don't know. I'd say either D or F. I'd put a D. Just put it with Jack. I feel like it's equivalent to Jack.
Alright.
It just made me feel so sick afterwards.
Chick-fil-A.
Oh man, that has to go pretty high.
Yeah,
that has
I
to go
know.
pretty
It's
high.
pretty
Yeah.
fucking fire. Not gonna lie.
Indeed.
I don't like chicken, but like I can appreciate Chick-fil-A. Like
Bro.
what they do is good. And now they're not as anti-gay anymore, which
That's
is,
a
which is
fucking
kinda,
bonus. I mean,
which is a bonus, man.
I know.
I think it could go up there.
say what you want, but like, I don't really focus on like the politics behind like fucking fast food places or whatever. I kind of just like if I like their food, I'm gonna eat it. Say what you want about me, but that's just like I just am there for the food and that's it. Because food do be tasty. So I would put it A or S. Honestly, I fuck up Chick-fil-A food. What would you say?
Yeah, your thoughts on that. Your thoughts on that. I'm being a not hype on chicken guy. I'm not gonna take responsibility for where you put Chick-fil-A.
Skel?
I'm thinking A.
Thinking A? I think an A? I can work with an A. I can work with A. Alright, so Chipotle. This is like really fucking zoomed in Chipotle. I used to work there. Actually. So it's solid. I mean, their food is like made fresh and stuff. That's not like a lie. But like it's
It's pretty famous for how bad it fucks up your bowels.
yeah, it really does. I actually don't know why it does. Like, it just fucking does. It, like, really fucks up your bowels. It's crazy.
I think for one, like, at least, I've never been to one, but from what I've heard, like, the beans have something to do with it. That and because of the way the food is prepared. I think, like, the fact that it's fresh is, like, it is true, but that's not always necessarily a good thing because there's a benefit to like not being fresh. Is that there's usually some form of chemicals that.
I mean, the way the beans are prepared are they're like in bags in the giant freezer area, like they're not frozen, but like in the refrigerator area. They're in like these giant bags, and you just put the bags in like the reheater for about 20 minutes in the water, and then you just kind of pour them in and mix a little bit of salt and spice in there, and then that's it, and then that they're in the pan ready to go. So I mean, I don't know, I feel like that's how a lot of the fast food places do that, but it does fuck up your body. So
I don't know, but the thing is it Burger King bad? You know, is it? Would you put it on the same tier as Burger King?
Here's the thing, taste wise, no, I put it Chick-fil-A, but at the same time, it fucks your body, man. It does.
It's like, especially in quarantine, it's like, do I really want to use that extra TP?
Yeah, I say it's B. I say it's B.
Okay, put a B tier. Put a B tier. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Cinnabon?
Okay, Cinnabon?
I like that it's just hippo.
God damn it, Skel. It's just it's just Nabo.
Nabo.
Alright. What do we think about Nabo? I think it's fire. I think it's fire.
I've had Cinnabon. It's pretty dank, but I like sweets, so
I like sweets
you know.
too. I have a sweet tooth, man. I could fuck up some cinnamon rolls. Not gonna lie.
I'd throw it in A. A's pretty hype.
I think A is fucking the way to go. Yeah, I think A is the way to go. All right. I've never been to a Jimmy John's.
I have no idea.
Same.
Skel?
What?
Let's take a look.
Mystery.
Let's take a look at the podcast chat. Has anyone in chat been to a
have
Jimmy
any of
John's?
y'all been to a Jimmy John's?
Anyone even know what a Jimmy John's
No, it's a
is?
sandwich place. It's a sandwich place.
Oh, okay.
I don't think anyone has. Yeah, no. I think it's This is a question mark one.
This. Are we sure it even exists?
It does.
I don't think it does.
I've seen one. I've seen one. I swear.
It's a front. It's a front for the mafia.
Facts.
That's what I know.
Most fast food places are anyway. Let's be honest. All right. So next up we have Dairy Queen.
All right, I have to make a warning. I was sponsored in middle school soccer by Dairy Queen.
Hey, don't let that bias affect you here. Not
so
on
like
this podcast.
I can't have any say on where this goes because it's conflict of interest. Conflict of interest.
Let's be honest.
So we need to.
Well, let's be honest. Like the cakes and like the cakes and the blizzards,
the
fucking
the
fire.
blizzards are fire.
Fire.
Blizzards are fire.
It's straight fire. No, I cannot argue that. That'd be damn insane to argue that.
But you see, this is saying grill and chill, you know, and that kind of implies food.
And there is food, and the food is kind of nasty. Not gonna lie.
Facts.
I must say I agree with that. All that. I have to ask though, how much is Dairy Queen paying you for that shit to last from middle school and also like
Yeah, Jesus Christ. How's that
Dairy,
still
Dairy Queen doesn't want to make a comment on that at this time. I just got in contact with the lawyers again. They're saying that we don't want to. And anyway, my team was exclusively sponsored by their blizzards, so they don't want me making any comment on the rest of their food.
Damn. So,
but I can say that their blizzards are fire. So
I would say that's B tier worthy to have like
B
fire
tier at
dish,
least, yeah.
but the rest is kind of trash. Okay. Dunkin'
God
Donuts.
save the Dairy Queen.
D&D. Dunkin' Donuts.
D&D.
D&D.
I don't know, I like C tier.
Bro, you live in California. You don't know Dunkin' Donuts.
Exactly. It's kind of like
Skel can help us.
I'm not really a coffee guy, but their donuts are all right.
The donuts
So
are pretty
I
fire
feel-
in the morning.
Yeah.
I'd put it B. I
so-
put it B, honestly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'd say B.
moving to the East Coast for college and stuff, Dunkin's kind of clutch a lot. What the actual fuck is this? This looks like a water bottle brand.
I have no
It
idea.
does. It looks
I think it's
something like
water. We should put it S tier because
Personal
water is
favorite.
fire.
Nah,
Personal favorite.
we're gonna fucking. I have no idea.
Yeah, dump that
Oh,
shit.
Pollo Loco, fire mac and cheese, insane mac and cheese. It
I've
has.
never. Who the fuck gets mac and cheese
Listen
at El
out!
Pollo Loco, dude?
Listen here. Their food is not bad. Okay.
It's not
bad.
good though.
It's not
I
good.
wouldn't say El Pollo Loco is good.
It goes like it's very mediocre chicken, but their mac and cheese is unnecessarily fire. No reason to be hitting that hard, but their service makes me want to punch them.
I don't know, man.
What
That
happened
makes
with
me
their
think that it should fall in the same. Like, if you're saying it's so fire, put it B tier because it's the same as Dairy Queen. Then
What do you think?
But it's
it's
Skel?
got like
one
one.
dish you
It's
make
got
up for
one
the
dish
rest.
that makes it really fire, and then the rest is pretty mediocre.
I'd say like there's a difference between like one dish and then like because
One
with Dairy
side
Queen I
dish.
think it was like a bunch of like
Yeah, that's a
older
bunch of their
stuff. Like
things,
it's like their main thing. Whereas
Yeah,
if it's like I'd say like C for
I
Pollo
think C is El
Loco.
Pollo Loco. Yeah.
Okay.
But like, do you? I don't. I
You're
guess I'm
making
trying
it
to
sound
think
so
about-
fire, dude. I was thinking like, what?
No, their mac and cheese is. It has no
Uh-huh,
reason.
uh-huh.
What was that, Skel?
I'm trying to think about like how you'd eat mac and like is this like a drive-through esque place?
Yeah, it's
too?
a
'Cause,
drive-through,
like,
and you get it in a little cup, and you get.
oh,
yeah.
that just seems so weird to me. I've
Bruh,
never seen
it-
mac and cheese in a cup.
It's fire. It is unnecessary. No reason to be that good. It just is.
You drink it with a straw?
Yes, you drink the fucking mac and cheese with a. No, you. Alright, Five Guys S tier.
At least S
Five
tier,
Guys
dude.
is
There
S
should be an
tier.
SS plus, dude. Five Guys gives you free fucking peanuts.
Skel, what do we think?
I'm thinking S.
Yeah,
thinking
it's
S.
the burgers are pretty fire. Actually, fun fact: every time I've ever been to Five Guys, before we go there, where I've gone there or whatever, I got sick like in my stomach. I don't know why. So it's like and the food still slaps, but like it's weird. Like every time I just get nauseous like in the morning or something, and then like
Your stomach's. Oh, sorry. Continue.
I don't know. You what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say your stomach's making room for the delicious meal it's about
Fucking-
to have by upchucking everything that's currently in there.
You're goddamn right. It is. I
I would say the only downside to Five Guys is price. That is the
That's
only
fair.
thing that they have against them.
That's fair, but their food makes up for it. So I'd say it's
Yeah.
Alright. Carl's Jr., aka Hardee's. I think it's I think it's A. I think it's A. I think it's
Yeah.
A or B.
Yeah, it's at least on the same tier as McDonald's. Don't put it with
Yeah.
Burger King.
I would say it's
Yeah,
A.
it's
I think
A.
it's an easy A. I've been to a Jersey Mike's once, and it was pretty good. What about you guys?
I don't like sandwiches. I'm gonna come out and say it. I don't like sandwiches.
Dude, you just have a very sad life, and I'm sorry to hear that.
So
You don't like being between two buns, my guy?
Oh damn.
nah,
man.
it's not even that. If they're warm sandwiches, I'm okay. But as soon as
you're
you
okay-
cool down the sandwich and make it a sandwich, I'm not digging it.
Well, how long do you leave your sandwiches leaving out for before you eat them?
Typically I don't, but oftentimes I don't know, man. Don't judge me on my sandwich connoisseuring, okay?
Alright, so I think
I stick with the simple PB and J, but I ain't want no. Fuck, I didn't eat lunch. I don't eat lunch, man.
I think C.
Get away with sandwiches, man. I don't eat them.
I think C. But what do you guys think? Skel, any thoughts?
I've heard from quite a few people that it's all right.
I
I haven't heard any complaints.
would say it's C.
Mhm.
All right, KFC. I think it's A. I think it's A.
I mean, more people to represent the chicken squad
Bruh,
are a good thing.
dude, it fucking slaps. Do you like their I don't know, just like the normal chicken breast and stuff there just slaps so much.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What about you, Sabata? What do you think about KFC?
I don't like chicken.
God,
You throw it
your
in A
life
tier.
just depresses me so much.
Look, man, look. I have a depressing life, okay?
God damn, sandwiches and chicken.
I'm
holy
suffering.
shit.
I'm suffering.
Bro, this guy really just fucking absorbs the photons. And that's it.
It's facts.
He's a plant.
I
Actually
photosynthesis all the
explain
way.
a lot. Alright, Krispy Kreme's.
S.
That's the
S.
easy one. What do we think?
Easy.
I didn't. I agree in terms of quality, but I didn't know they counted as a fast food place.
I mean, yeah, I guess Dunkin'
Yeah.
Donuts are here. It has a couple wacky ones, but I see where it's coming from, so I'd say yeah.
Mhm.
Alright, Long John Silver's, never been there.
Haven't been there. Have no idea.
I've been there. It's mostly like a seafood, like a kind of like a seafood place for fish. I'd put it in B. It's all right. It's nothing too stand out. But it is all right.
So, where would you put it?
Beers. I'd put it C.
Okay.
C or B. Yeah.
Because I'm not a fish guy. I'm not.
How do you live?
Haha.
On the,
All right.
on the land.
All right, McDonald's. Well, if we're putting,
A.
we can't put it on the same
Yeah.
level as Burger King.
McDonald's
so
is
throw it
A,
in
and I wouldn't say it's not just for the taste, because the taste I would say is B. Honestly, I'd say it's convenience and price.
Mm-hmm.
Convenience price, yeah.
Yeah, it's 100%.
And like actually weirdly diverse menu.
Yeah, it's
You can
kinda
get a lot of
wacky.
stuff at McDonald's. It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Wait, what do you get? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean when you say weird at McDonald's?
Like, well, because they have like these new like fucking like podiums or whatever. You like go up and you like type in your order, and you can customize things to such like bizarrely specific ways that I never knew you could customize things. It starts to get like you add like, oh, you want like chilies on that? We have those for some things, and it's just like, what? Why?
Oh, that's interesting. I've never
This
seen
is
something
this is
like that.
this is strange. I don't know how I feel about this.
I mean, yeah. So I think A tier is probably the best.
A tier's
for
fine.
it.
A tier's safe.
Okay.
Panda should be A tier as well, I think, or S. I don't know.
Just
S might be
It
pushing
is
it.
just B tier, my dude.
B tier.
Dude, Panda.
Okay, fast food Chinese
my
food, or
gosh.
fast food Asian food in general. Where else are you gonna go?
Dude, it doesn't matter.
There's literally only Panda Express.
But so are you saying that because it like monopolizes that industry, it automatically serves ARS? We're talking about quality here.
Well, I'm looking at comparing all of the other ones that have potential opportunity to be that style of food. If I was to say I want to go get fast food and I want Chinese or Asian cuisine that's fast food, I'd probably say Panda Express. That's probably the answer. The answer is the question.
I think it's B just because the quality of the food is not that high, my dude. And then they put it in those little trays where it just mixes all the different foods mixed with each other. And it's just not good. It gets really greasy and stuff. And then you're like halfway through eating it and you're like, it's super good,
So
but you're like, what am
your
I
mistake
eating?
is getting an entree and not a bowl, my guy.
Bro, oh my gosh.
Who the fuck uses bowls?
Exactly!
What kind
I'm
of monster
anti-bowl.
are you?
Alright. Skelly, you settle this. A or B?
All right. B. Just because I think I remember there being a time where my class trip went there for a buffet, and like it tasted like shit.
Good shit.
Not good shit. It tasted like bad shit.
Fucking
damn.
that beef broccoli's
Alright.
coming for you, my guy.
Panera slaps. Panera slaps, dude. Panera is so good. I love Panera.
No opinion. It's a sandwich
I-
restaurant.
Bro, but there's
I-
other stuff there.
They've got good cookies.
The
They've
coo-
got really good
the cookies are fire?
They've got
Mac-
good sandwiches, I've heard. So yeah, I'd put it in A tier.
Okay, so and also they have fire mac and cheese too. I don't know, they just do. I know my mac and
Yeah.
cheese, my dude. Alright,
Go
Popeyes.
for it,
Okay, I am opinionated about this shit. I think Popeyes was a very, very B-C tier restaurant. And then they came out with their sandwich, which is a fucking... I haven't tried it yet, I'm gonna be honest. But obviously it must be extremely fucking good if everyone's freaking the fuck out about it or whatever, okay? But I don't think it should be too high on the list just because of one entree, even though it's been so famous for it.
Yeah, I think B, just because it's got that like one famous thing, but at the same time, like I think it's above D tier just because the reason we have some of those things in C tier is because of like either shit service, it wasn't known too well, or uh, none of us had been there. Whereas with Popeyes, I think all three of us knows as what a Popeyes is, right?
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I put it in B.
Okay, I think that's good, yeah. Alright.
F tier.
F! Oh
F
my
tier,
god,
F
I've
tier,
never
F
agreed
tier.
to...
How
I hate
how the
Quiznos so
fuck-
much.
How the fuck can Quiznos be anything other than F tier?
Dude,
It's so bad. It's like they try to be even like remotely close to Subway, and I hate sandwiches. But how do you fuck it up that bad, dude?
How do you
mess it up that bad?
Dude,
you know?
I've been there a couple times just because like there used to be one where I used to live and stuff, and so I've never once gotten my order correct there. Like never once has my order come out the way I ordered it, and it's just terrible quality. It's so bad.
I've had Quiznos one time, and I got like a pizza sub or something, and it was cold as fuck.
It's
And I was
terrible.
like, how did you mess this up? It was like the equivalent of me putting a hot pocket into the microwave, dude.
Dude,
It's
don't
like cold in 3
hey,
seconds.
don't diss Hot Pockets like that, man. They're not
I'm
Quiznos.
I'm just saying, man. Like if I'm paying good money for food, and I'm like spending the time to like make my order or whatever, don't mess it up.
Alright,
There's even a no in the name. It's a pretty quizzical that it's that shit.
alright, fucking F. No idea what Cadence is.
You've never been to Cane's? My guy!
No idea.
Dude, okay, that needs to be at least A or S. And I fucking hate chicken, okay? I hate chicken. But dude, Cane's? And their bread. Let me say, their bread? Come on, man.
Okay, what the fuck is
gotta go high.
Cane's? I've
That's gotta
never
go
heard
high.
of this shit.
Gotta go. Okay, Duke,
thought you were a
I'm taking you to
sandwich
Cane's.
guy.
I fucking hate chicken, dude. But we're going to Cane's. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Sabata, I gotta
I'll
ask,
come
why
over.
do you hate chicken? What
I
did the
just
chicken do
really,
to you?
it's like it's a combination of taste, texture, and I raised them, and it's just like I don't know. I'm just not a big chicken guy. I can eat it. It's fine. It's just not. It just doesn't do it for me like any other food.
I have heard the words that you do like cock, so it makes sense. You raised them, right?
Yeah, sure, true.
Actually, that raises a point. Despite the fact that Chick-fil-A doesn't like gay people, they only serve cock.
Yeah, I think Cane's is
Aye.
easy to go to A.
A for Canes.
yeah.
Anyway.
For kids.
Alright, Sonic, whoop-de fucking do. You're on roller skates, but you still fucked up my entire fucking meal.
I've never been to Sonic.
I'm fucking imagining some like waitress trying to bring her the order and just falling down right before they get to your car.
Bro, that shit is just not good. I think it's C. I think it's cool.
Not good.
It's C. I think that's easy.
Yes.
Alright, C. We got this one C. Okay. Steak Shack. Steak and Shake.
Steak Shack.
Shut up. I was thinking of Shake Shack. Also, how the fuck is Shake Shack not on here? Whatever.
I don't know.
Steak and Shake. I've never been there.
Never been.
Never been.
Alright, question mark. Subway. C. I think it's C. I think it's fell down a lot because like the food isn't it's solid okay. Yeah. And like, but and it
Yeah,
it would have
it's
been
true.
B tier when there was like $5 foot long stuff like that. But now everything is like fucking expensive as shit.
Subway is subpar.
Yeah. Facts.
I think C is fair. C is fair.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. Taco Bell? Okay. Okay. Taco Bell's a unique one. Because during the day, I think it's BC tier. Honestly, C tier maybe. During the day, I think it's C tier. But when it's fucking late at night, and you're just like, dude, I could kill for some Taco Bell right now. And you get like a fucking quesarito, a couple quesadillas, and a Baja Blast. That shit just hits fucking different. It's crazy. Crazy. Like when you're up late studying for an assignment and you have your Taco Bell. I mean, while you're eating it, it's ecstasy. A couple minutes later, when you're shitting it out, it's terrible. But like while you're eating it, that shit is ecstasy.
Facts. Yeah. I mean, look. A lot of people have been controversial of my pick of Taco Bell in an A tier list, especially when they realize that like when I go to Taco Bell, I buy almost always exclusively cheese roll-ups. But we're talking like I get like 17 cheese roll-ups, you know, and I
Yeah.
just eat them all, you know, like. Like, look, I realize they have other things on the menu and shit, but that shit's like that is my like childhood right there is cheese roll-ups.
Cheese
You know?
All right,
roll-up.
so what are we thinking? A or B? I think it's B, just because of how much it sucks after you've eaten
During the
food.
day.
Yeah, during the day
and
after.
during the day.
But,
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
I'm fine with
so A to S nighttime and while you're eating it, but for the rest it's C. So we're gonna put it in B now.
that. Yeah,
All right.
fair,
Yeah.
fair.
Wendy's.
So what is it?
Oh, what? What's up?
Oh, I was gonna ask, what is a cheese roll-up? 'Cause
Yeah, what
the
the
only thing I can
It's-
think of we compare it to is a fruit roll-up, except made of cheese.
So, okay, it's literally just a cheese quesadilla that's been rolled up.
Wow.
Like, nothing but cheese and tortilla, and it's rolled up into, like, a burrito, essentially.
All right.
Anyway, continuing.
So Wendy's. I haven't been to one in so long. But I fuck with
Yeah,
their Twitter.
I have no opinion. I think their social media is fire.
I think B, just for I've been there. The food's pretty good. It's yeah, I'd say B. I'd say B.
Alright, I can put
He's
it
fair.
in
He's
B.
fair.
A. Yeah.
Alright.
I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, I think this is another pretzel
Walkman
place.
pretzel, whatever. Whataburger. Never been to one, but I've heard their hype.
I heard they're really good, but also I've never been.
So if we've never been, we gotta put it in question mark. White Castle?
I've-
Dog shit.
I'm sorry.
I've heard dog
never,
shit.
I've never been to White Castle.
Terrible.
And I know there are some people that swear upon White Castle. They think it is the
Yeah.
most hype shit.
I think it's terrible.
And I have no idea because my concept of food is California In-N-Out Five Guys. Sorry.
Dude,
Don't
honestly, I think it's D, because I think it's bad, but it is not Arby's Quiznos bad.
The thing is, I've never been, so I can't judge it.
Okay,
Unfortunately,
Skel-
I don't think any of us have been.
I've been to White Castle.
I have not been. I've just heard of their shit.
Okay, I'm gonna put
Duke's,
it D.
Duke's
I'm putting
opinion.
it in
Duke's
D.
opinion. D tier.
No idea what this is.
It's Joe Whip.
Which? It's which?
Joe
Okay,
Whip.
what is that? Explain.
It's a sandwich place.
I saw the sandwich.
we-
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Your
which is just a
sand.
sandwich place. I've never been. It's next to the smoothie place that I go to in San Diego. So, hard to say. Hard to say.
Just a sand place. You can't just get edible sand.
I think they sell sandwiches. That's
Okay.
all I know.
So what do we think?
Just mystery.
Question mark?
We've never been. We've never been. I don't
Okay.
know.
Zaxby's.
I've never been to Zaxby's either.
What the fuck? Skel?
Never heard.
Alright, that is the list. Well, that's the list.
There we go. We
let me
don't
check-
know any of the food from these.
Alright, so now, real quick, people watching the stream can take a picture or whatever, but I kind of want to see, if I click this, it's going to show like an average of what people have been putting. Want to compare us to the
Yeah.
average?
Yeah.
Uh,
yeah,
sure.
show me.
Let's
see.
go. Let me click again. Oh, I guess there's... Oh, there we go. There we go. This is the average. How is... Oh, I forgot 2 personal favorites, but whatever. How is Wendy's a personal favorites of someone? God, people have terrible taste sometimes.
It's fair. I can see some people like look, if you grew up, it's the same reason McDonald's is personal favorites. If you grew up with it, like that was the fast food place that you went to all the time, you're like, dude, this is like nostalgia. Same with like Taco Bell, pretty much all of those,
So-
you know. That's fair.
So, obviously the community's full of morons, because there's Arby's above...
And Subway is S tier. What's with that?
Yeah,
Christ.
people just don't know things. Nobody fucking knows what the water bottle brand was.
No, that's still a
Nobody
mystery.
fucking knows. Alright, okay, so I'm gonna stop streaming this now, and we're gonna continue. We have like 1 or 2 more topics to go over.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hit it.
so next I want to talk about kind of the levels of education from middle to high to college to graduate school. Since we have me and Skel, who are both undergrad level right now, and we have Sabata, who's getting his PhD in chemistry right now.
Oh yeah.
So first I wanted to talk about, like, what do you guys remember about middle school? Like, what are some defining traits of middle school that you remember? Because there are some
Nothing.
people in the server that are in middle school still.
Absolutely nothing. I know I was that kid that dressed up with like way too much spirit. I'm talking like days that are like neon day, I would like paint my entire body like neon yellow
Oh,
and
good
like
shit.
spray my hair and like I'd wear like
it.
like reflector vests and shit to like dude, I go hard on spirit days. that was like all I remember from middle school.
I remember middle school being really shit for me, personally.
Really? Do you mind
Oh,
elaborating?
not the entirety of middle school, but just 6th grade. I just got off to a bad start. But over time, as I got more serious about school, and as I got into therapy, it became less horrible, and that I think is where I grew most as a person. I think I grew more in middle school. I think I did most of my growing there. So I'd say, like, although it started off on the wrong foot, I think it was a very transformative experience.
For me, so a lot of people don't know this about me because I know I put on like I'm a hashtag Duke Alpha Chad. No, I was bullied a lot severely in middle school and stuff. I guess I was too alpha for people. I don't know. No, I was very severely bullied in middle school, and like so I hated the social life of middle school and all that. But school wise, like work wise and all that, easiest shit in the world. I can't remember ever having to worry about work or anything like that or school or like grades or whatever. I think middle school that wise was like compared to the rest, it's just a lot easier.
I remember we got a lot of bombing attempts.
What?
My
Our
God.
school got threatened for bombing a lot.
Well, damn, that's fucking scary.
It was. Well, I mean, like, it's
Shit.
scary at first, but like the more it happens, it's like, oh god, we got to go outside again for this.
Jeez.
Please go ahead and blow it up already.
Holy
if
shit.
you're gonna do it.
Oh my God, Skel.
We're, like, come on.
Bruh.
Like I think we had like 3 days in a row, where we had someone call in a bomb threat, because the guy was caught, thankfully, after the 3rd day, but it was the same dude. I forget what happened to him just because it's been so long, but I just remember that distinctly from middle school is the repeated bomb threats.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I didn't enjoy it, but I thought school wise it was chill. So moving on to high school, because majority of the people in the server are going to be in high school, and we've all graduated high school. Imagine not being able to graduate because of disease. But couldn't be me.
Yikes.
But I think high school. I don't think high school was bad work wise either. Honestly, I thought, and I took like a lot of APs and all that stuff. So like I feel like I would know if it would be that bad. I feel like high school was not that bad. I think people.
High school was pretty easy.
I think people
Not gonna
stress. I think the reason why you see the most stress in like earlier college and high school is because people are very hormonal, going through puberty and stuff. So that like affects their brain chemistry, and it's harder to focus on like what's really important and stuff like that.
Well, and it's like all of these things. It's like going from middle school where you literally didn't do anything to now like you actually have homework is a transition.
Yeah, for sure.
To be fair.
And like,
But like
yeah.
Yeah, but like in reality, the amount of homework that you get is like abysmal. It's like so small and like absolutely means nothing.
Yeah.
Like there's not a day in my life in high school that I didn't like immediately get on Xbox after getting home.
Bro,
You know, like,
GTA 5
that was
after
not
school hit fucking...
that was
Minecraft, GTA
that
5,
was-
Call of Duty Black Ops 2 after high
Yeah.
school hits different. That was...
Yeah.
Yes. But,
yeah, facts.
I was
facts.
like a band kid. Fun fact. And I was like a pretty spirited band kid and stuff. And I played sports, stuff like that. So like I feel like I have like I outreach in all the areas of high school kind of. And like honestly, people can be dicks. Let's be honest. People can always be
Fair.
dicks. But I feel like in high school, the only reason it's looked into so much is because people haven't grown up or gotten comfortable in their own skin yet, so they're not able to like realize how unimportant other people's opinions could be. And I think it's the same thing with like why schoolwork affects so many people in high school and stuff. It's like they let themselves get way too stressed about way too little, and they like it's like high school's almost like it's easy mode. Let's be honest, high school is easy mode where like things seem hard, and then you get into college and stuff like that, and like you're like, oh shit, this is
You become an adult and you're like, oh
Yeah.
wait, I have responsibility.
yeah, and like
Uh-oh.
and like but high school starts to prepare you for that as you go through high school, and I think a lot of people begin their maturing process in the latter half of high school. I would say
Yeah.
the most stressful thing about it is in the grand scheme of things isn't that crazy, is applying to colleges if you're going to college.
I have to say that I am going to say that I think it can be a lot more stressful depending on how hard say your parents are pushing
Oh,
you
that's
to
so true.
that and if you're taking quite a lot of AP classes, and having to, it's like because at the same time while you've got all this work, you're also gradually getting more responsibilities as an adult into like senior year. Like there's a reason why senioritis hits, and it's because you're getting tired because you've been through that 18-year long grind. Well, not 18-year long. It's just, but you're probably 18 by that point, and you're also starting to see that, oh, like this is what adults have to do. That all the responsibility you get isn't fun, and isn't all sunshines and roses. That and it the college application process also plays a part in that being very, very stressful. That, and if you don't have good connections with, say, like the resources at your school that can help you branch out to college or to the job field of your choice, it can be very stressing thing about, okay, what's next? Because for the majority of kids' lives, it's school, 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 and because we're in there for so long, it's like we can sometimes forget to think about what comes next because school is like such a big part of the first part of our lives.
Yeah, I mean it's a very very transitional state for most people, and I mean your parents, like for me, my parents used to be really really strict about how like I was in school and stuff like that, but like in my latter area of high school, they had a lot of their own personal issues they were dealing with, so they didn't really focus as much on what I was doing. And I'm very big on like I liked school. I honestly, I don't like the social aspect about it always. Really, it kind of sucked a lot of the time. But uh, I liked high school in general. I liked doing my classes and doing work. That's why like I liked taking AP classes. So I took like a lot, and like that type of
Did,
stuff was like fun for me. I don't know. I really liked education. I'm a really big nerd, honestly. So I love like trying to like find like learn more about nerdy shit. So I
okay.
liked it in that way, I guess.
Did either of you two attend a magnet school?
I don't know what that is.
I've heard of it, but I don't know what that is.
It's basically like a high school that you have to apply for.
Oh,
Uh, it's not like a private school where you have to pay.
but
It's more like you have to. It's for people who want to specialize in certain
fields.
topics. Like, for example, the magnet school I went to was for science and math,
Oh, that's
Oh, I
sick.
and
see.
That's sick.
That's awesome.
it's also very like it tends to, because like, it's also because it's you have to apply. It's also very much a more difficult.
Competitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's like high tech high. Yeah,
mhm.
I know what you're talking about now.
That's sick, man. That you attended that. What was that like?
Mhm. I'd say that it was definitely it was a big step up from the workload in high school, but I'd also say that the atmosphere was very, very different, both in good ways and bad ways, because for one, a lot of the people there were the preppy, uh, higher class type, and I didn't really fit in, so I didn't really have a lot of friends there, which sucked because I was. It's like you get put in there during the middle of high school in 11th grade, if you succeeded in applying. So it's like you, and I wasn't told until like the week before 11th grade started, so it was a very big shock to me.
Hmm.
But it's also very, if you're able to take advantage of the opportunity that it gives you, it's definitely very helpful because I did like a research project as part of my time there, and that was definitely I'm pretty sure that looks good on like applications and shit.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
mhm.
I'm sorry about the social thing and stuff. Yeah,
Nah, mate, you're good. You're
socializing
good.
in high school can be ass, but I think there way you high school I think is what you make of it. Sometimes there are things that are out of your control, 100%.
Mhm.
But I feel like people kind of learn to grow a tougher skin, I guess, and learn sometimes people are just assholes. That's how it is. They're gonna be there all your life, um, but if you learn to like prioritize what's really important, like your education, and be able to like focus on things well, you'll high school will be fine for you. It is how you look at it. So yeah, so I think we should get moving on to the next, which is college, undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just finished my first year of undergrad, and I fucking love undergrad. Honestly, I'm loving it so far compared to high school. I think, what was that?
I was just gonna say, like, the thing about undergrad. So, like, in my opinion, undergrad in college, at least when you first start off, is so much like easier and better than high school in so many ways. I think like the workload that you have in high school really isn't that much, but you feel like you're just stuck in school for so long, like listening to people talk,
Yeah.
and the amount of classes that you're taking and the amount of time that you actually spend at school in high school is like a ridiculous amount for in comparison to what you're now doing in undergrad, you know? Not to mention the fact that like most classes only meet like 3 times a week at most, you know? It's not like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, you have class every day. It's like, you know, all of the classes that I'm taking now are just like Tuesday, Thursdays, take a class. You know, sit in class for an hour, learn some stuff. You do the rest on your own sort of stuff. And it's like, that's how it should be.
So, for me, I was recruited to my school for a sport, but I really liked the school anyway, and I liked what it had to offer. So, I think balancing it with a sport can make it a good amount more difficult too, at least in undergrad. But school wise, I think you being allowed to be yourself and live on your own, going through that transition, I feel like isn't as bad as people make it out to be. But I was never like crazy close with my family, so I guess that might be a part of the reason too. But I think it's a lot. The workload is up. You're gonna get so much more. Most colleges, you're gonna get so much more work than high school, and it's gonna be hard at first just because you don't know how to balance your time. Like some days you'll seem like you just have so much time in your hands to do whatever, and other days you won't. You can never have enough time to get stuff done.
Yeah.
It's very imbalanced at times because a lot of you have all different professors and all this different stuff, and they tend to just give you like all your tests and stuff, and all your midterms and finals tend to be grouped at the same time. So you go from like not doing much, like being busy all the time. You're like freaking out. So
Yeah.
I would say I think it's better overall because you get to really be yourself more, and it's easier to make friends in my opinion, just because you tend to be grouped with people that have similar interests. Like,
Yeah.
What do you got? What do you think, Skel?
For me, so the thing with me is that I was attending a university last year, but it didn't go well for a number of reasons. Number one was the financial aspect. It was just too much for too little. So like I am still attending college, but I am attending like a community college instead of a university.
Okay.
But like I think what happened with me, like when I first attempted to attend university, is that there's so the thing with me is that I had to take the bus to and from school every morning. And like this wasn't just like a 15-minute bus ride or a 30-minute bus ride or even like an hour bus ride. This is like a 2-hour bus ride because I live on the tail end of the bus route that I take to the transfer station where I live. And so after I get to the transfer station, I also have to wait for the bus that goes to the college to arrive, and that takes like 10 to 15 minutes. And then I have to wait on that bus to get to the school. And while that doesn't seem like much, like that takes a whole lot of time out of the day because it's hard to do homework while you're on the bus because especially on days where the bus is packed, it's incredibly difficult to write or hold your computer up while you're moving, and like that takes like a solid 4 hours or so out of the day that you could dedicate the time to for homework, which made the workload all the more hard to manage. And it didn't help that when I was let off by the bus, there was this huge ass hill that I'd have to climb up every day. And during the beginning of the year, it was like 80 to 90 some degrees, and it was just not a pleasant time. and there wasn't even like one of the regular bus stops. When I was let off of the bus, there was just a tiny wooden bench. So like I always had to watch for snakes and shit, and make sure that I didn't get bitten by anything. That and for some reason later on in the year, the bus was always late, taking me home, and that made homework near impossible to get done because more often than not there was no internet on the bus, and it was just a whole big hassle, really. But I'm trying again with community college, and I think that because of Corona, uh, hopefully I won't run into as many issues. But I'm happy to get back into school again because like I feel like I've missed being a bit more productive than I have been during my last few months of living.
So, I mean, yeah, that's unfortunate. I think college has a lot more like diverse situations than high school, obviously, just because of living on your own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's bad for different experiences. But I think another thing also is your major also kind of determines how difficult it's going to be for you. Some majors are. I genuinely believe some majors are easier than others. Maybe some people might disagree with that, but I genuinely think that some majors, I guess, like maybe in the sciences and maths, are going to be more academically stressful and maybe take more time than another major that might be in the arts and stuff. And that's not always the case, but I think in some cases that is. Just on average. I mean, obviously, there's some art majors that are really strenuous and competitive, but that's what I think. Do you guys have any opinion on that, or?
I have a lot of friends that are in the art, majors and stuff, and from what it seems is that they seem to have just like a lot of waves of stuff. Like they'll have pretty much really low periods where the workload isn't super high, and then all of a sudden their teacher's just like, yeah, we have a project now. You better start getting on that project.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I actually kind of. So the reason I want to compare this is, I mean, I'm double majoring in neuroscience and music, so I kind of like on the opposite ends of the spectrum with my majors, and I find so far neuro has been harder academically, but time wise, I think music has possibly taken up more time, just because you have to like do a lot of like physical events and stuff like that, and performing in compositional things and stuff like that. But
yeah, I agree.
What about you, Skel? Do you have any opinion on
that? Sorry, what? I kind of spaced out for a moment.
I'm guessing we were just talking about the like how different majors might be more difficult than others.
Oh yeah, I can definitely agree.
Okay.
With that.
So last on, this is gonna be a lot of Sabata, graduate school. How would you compare?
All right, let's break this out. So grad school, man. I don't know. It's kind of weird because in a way, it felt like, okay, so at first it felt like, man, this is like kind of a break. It's kind of nice. And then you get into your lab and you then recognize the fact that like it doesn't feel like it's a lot of work, but you're constantly working. So much so to like the point where you forget what time is. I know I've spent a few days that I was just working in lab and I just didn't stop working in lab, and people like came in the next day and they're like, "Oh man, you got here early." And I was just like, "Got here early? What do you mean? It's still like night." And they're like, "Dude, it's like 7 a.m. What are you still doing here?" And I was just like, "Oh, I had to finish the reaction I was working on. Sorry about that." They're just like, "Oh, yeah, no worries. Happens to all of us." And it was like that point that I was just like, shoot, this is what it's going to be, huh? Just constantly living in my lab. And I mean, it's nice. It keeps me busy. One of the biggest concerns that I had, and I really wish like both high school and college kind of prepared you for this more, because I think they do a really shit job, is they don't really have a class telling you all the things that are kind of out there for you to do, like people mention it. People will be like, "Oh, like this is an option," or they'll spend a class that's like, "All right, we're going to go through like some potential blah blah blahs, like some potential job opportunities," and there's like job fairs and stuff. but there's not really a class where you like sit down and talk to the guy that like works this job every day and be like, so what do you think this job is like? And they're like, oh, it's pretty good. I like doing this. You know, there's not a whole lot of like, they kind of want you to find your own path, which is like great, but it's kind of like trying to find your own path when you're blindfolded. You're going to get there eventually, but like, it's going to take quite a lot longer than if someone were to like take off the blindfold and show you like there are 200 different paths. Pick one, you know?
Yeah.
And like if that doesn't go well, you can always backtrack and pick a different one. Like it's not going to hurt you that much. You're fine.
For sure.
But I feel like that's kind of what like siphoned me into being in grad school is, you know, I started off in high school and I kind of always knew I wanted to teach. That was like my big thing. I really liked teaching. So from when I was like in high school, I was like, I'm going to be a high school professor. Like I'm going to teach in high school. It's going to be great. I'm going to teach all the high school kids. Then I got to college. I was like, Jesus, high schoolers are little shits. I don't want to teach high school. Oh, no offense to the high schoolers here.
No,
You're both probably lovely people.
Full offense.
So
High
you guys
schoolers are little shits. I will say that. Don't worry, I got you.
And so like, and so then I was like, I'll teach college. Like college will be good. I'll teach like, you know, undergrads. I'll just do some remedial courses. And then like I got through college all the way and I'm just like, collegers are kind of like little shits too. Like, I don't know. Everyone's kind of like they're all dickheads. Like I kind of hate everyone. And then I was like, you know, I'll do grad school. And when I was like teaching classes that aren't just like generic classes and I'm starting to actually teach chem classes, I was like, okay, this is, as the kids would say, pog champ. You know,
Yeah.
I was having a pog time at that point in time. So I think that was the kind of tipping point and kind of what got me into the groove of grad school. And then upon like starting and doing PhD, you just kind of lose track of time and you're like, oh, it's been 2 years and I'm still working on my PhD.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
I mean, I think like going off how people are, I think like compared to like high school, college, and I think people's maturity tends obviously to get higher as they go through that stuff. I mean, I've noticed a big jump in maturity between high school to college. The big thing is I've noticed is like the little petty drama that would happen in high school, like, at least with the group of friends I've been making, it just doesn't happen because I feel like people are more open just talking about things. In college is like a really big culture of just talk about your emotions, talk about how you feel. And because like high school and people have this dumb idea of you need to bottle things up and just not get through it. And not even bottling up emotions. I mean, just bottling up like what is on your mind. Like if you have a problem with someone, just talk to them about it. Like it doesn't go as bad as you might think it go. It just as long as you're respectful, things are okay.
Yeah. And I think the other thing that's like weird about grad school it is like the first time that you kind of have your own. It's like, okay, so like high school you're kind of like really restricted. Everything that you're doing is like you have to be here at this time to this time and you're going to stay in school, you're going to listen to all these people and blah blah blah. College you're like, okay, you get to pick your own classes, so in a way you get to pick your own schedule, everything's going to be like fine or whatever. But it's still kind of restrictive in that like they have all the classes that you need to take. Here are the classes you have to take. You have to take all of these classes at some point.
Yeah.
When you get to grad school, you could take whatever the hell you wanted. If I wanted to take like a advanced piano seminar class, I could do it. I'm just wasting my own time, granted. Like it's not going to help me with my degree at all, but I could take the class and like no one would bat an eye. They would just be like, yeah, sure. You wanted to take an advanced piano seminar class. Why not? Let them go.
Fair enough.
And all of your schedules for working in lab are, unless you have a PI that's like very adamant of you need to be here before I'm here and you need to leave after I leave, which there are some people in really competitive environments that do work like that. It's kind of just like you can show up whenever and leave whenever as long as you get your work done. Which is why I'm able to just stay in lab kind of by myself till 7 a.m. and no one's like, hey, you're not allowed to be here, or hey, you should be here at the right time, you know?
Yeah.
Which I love, but it also just kills you because now you don't really have a standard of like how much time you should be in lab. And so you start thinking like, oh, I have to always be in lab. If I'm not in lab, what am I doing? I could be in lab right now. I could be getting stuff done.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Skel, do you have anything else to share about this topic?
I'd just ask, do you teach, like, you know, do you tell the kids about PogChamp all day?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, like the other component, right, to be getting my PhD is I do teach. classes, and I mean, just for me personally, I really like being that one teacher who's trying to look like he's like a hip kid, you know, like the cool teacher, you know, like I'm trying to be the fake cool teacher.
Oh no! Oh god!
And
I
feel like it comes off.
I have someone like that as one of my professors. Oh god.
Yeah, but
No,
I
kidding,
feel like
kidding.
I try to pull it off in a way that they recognize that I'm being sarcastic about it and kind of making fun of those teachers because let's be honest, I'm 23. I'm not much older than most of the people that I'm teaching, and oftentimes I'm teaching people that are significantly older than me. I had a quote unquote kid in my class that was, 43,
Fair
and
enough.
he's taking my class, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't care. I'm still gonna say PogChamp, and you're still going to be confused while all these little kids, these little millennials, start laughing
Bro,
at
they're
the
not
fact
even
that
millennials. What do you mean?
These little shits.
Yeah.
these little
Don't
shits
understand
start
what
laughing.
Gen Z squad.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I recognize the fact that like 90% of the people that are in my class, because I do teach a general ed class. It's chemistry, but it is a general ed class, level wise. I do recognize the fact that 90% of the people don't want to be there and could give less than two shits about the fact that I am teaching them chemistry. And I tell them, look, I recognize you don't want to be here. You know, sometimes I don't want to be here, but I'm going to be here because I want you guys to learn this shit. And so then I'll tell them, like, look, if you don't care at all about chemistry, tune me out for the next 5 minutes, and I'll tell you when to tune me back in when we start talking about the things that you need to know for the test. I do shit like that because I recognize, like, look, a lot of these people don't want to be here, and I don't want to make them. I have kids that ask me, like, hey, can I just leave? And I'm like, yeah. See ya. Have fun. They're like, I already know this stuff. Can I just go? I'm like, yeah. Go for it. Leave.
Yeah.
Because, like, well, I'm not going to keep you hostage. Like, this isn't high school. I'm not babysitting.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to be here, don't be here.
Exactly.
Easy.
It's their money.
It's their money. Yeah.
Exactly.
Or their parents' money.
Exactly.
Either way, it doesn't affect me. I get paid the same.
Exactly.
Not enough, but the same.
So I think I definitely think these podcasts are not gonna stick to being only 45 minutes. It definitely.
What makes you say that?
We're at a minute. Wait, we're at an hour 17 right now.
We might be a little longer.
So,
yeah.
so let's move to the last phase and let's answer a couple questions from chat because they're talking about the socio-economic structures of countries.
Yeah, they were for a long time. Though.
Yeah, so I've been reading chat. So let me say one thing, guys. First of all, you can take shit to debatable. Don't worry, that's fine. I will be there eventually to destroy all of your opinions. So don't worry about it. And I say opinions because what I say is fact and what you say is opinion. So
Yes,
don't
we are watching Toasty.
don't worry about it. I will be sure to destroy you guys. Anyway, let's get a couple questions going, and we'll be happy to have me or the guests answer them. So feel free to ask away.
Peanut asks,
Oh,
Niskiwioquaudkut.
Also asks Duke step on me.
I'm not. God, please, someone ask a question that doesn't have to do with me. Don't ask me a question. No, seriously.
Guys, we need a question, please.
We'll wait like one more minute.
What miss the gay?
You missed the gay. I'm sorry. Okay, there you go. Sabata, what's the most
you've
interesting thing?
What's the most interesting thing that's happened in lab? All right, I'm not going to specify who or what on this, but let's just say there was a time that someone in the lab that I work in, or a lab that is adjacent to the lab that I work in, got so angry at one of the reactions that just like completely crashed. And by what crashed means is like they had something going, and then essentially they formed a crystal structure, like a bunch of stuff crashed out of solution, like solidified, precipitated out of solution. And it wasn't supposed to. They got so mad, they punched 4 holes in the wall that was like directly next to me. Just like walked up right next to me and punched 4 fucking holes in the wall, just like as hard as they could, and then just walked out of the room. And I just was like, just sitting there, like shaking in fear because I was just like, that was like 5 feet from my head, dude. Like I am not okay, and I'm not gonna go like, like talk to him while he's doing this because I just want to stay quiet and out of the way. I don't want to be involved. This guy is massive, and I will be taken out, being the tiny stick that I am.
Dude, just throw some chemicals at him.
Fair.
He's not
No,
going to punch you
fair.
while you're burning.
Not
Some
in the
12
mood, not in the
12
mood.
molar HCl would fucking do the trick.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I'm not looking to murder.
True.
I'm not looking to murder.
True. All right, so we have Duke. What do you listen to music wise? Music wise, I listen to just about everything, but lately I've been listening to I've always my favorite band of all time is Guns N' Roses, but lately I've been listening to a lot of Haley Reinhart, Suicide Boys, uh, and I would say. I listened to lately. I've gotten back to the Eagles a lot. I listen to the Eagles a lot, so that's a really good group. Um,
I think Jelly also. Oh, sorry. Did you have another one you wanted to?
well, I mean,
read
I
out?
was just gonna go through the questions. You guys could stop asking questions now because we have a lot, I guess, lined up.
Mhm.
uh,
We have Ben who asked, "What about dropping out?" So, Jelly, I don't know if you're like asking me about my specific plan, or you mean like that's life path in general. But I'd say there could probably be some potential benefits to doing that. I don't know if you mean about high school or college, but I think high school dropout would be a bit of a more difficult path to go down, just because I don't think there's like people joke about a bachelor degree being the new high school diploma a lot, or at least I've heard. And so I think that if you haven't graduated high school, it's not impossible, but it would definitely be more difficult for someone.
And if I can take a turn at this question, I know some people that have dropped out of high school and they're doing fine. One of the things that you have to recognize is that if you are in high school and you're thinking like, I'm not getting anything from this, I have a hard time paying attention, like this isn't worth my time, and it is like bothering you to the point like you're not doing well and everything just feels pointless, you don't like immediately decide to drop out, because none of the people I know have done that. They essentially sat through, they talked it over with their family, they talked it over with counselors, and essentially what they came to was like, look, I am motivated enough. That's one of the things you need. You need to be motivated enough to be able to make yourself a path. They eventually did get like their GED or whatever, which is essentially the high school diploma equivalent. So it's like, even though they dropped out, they have something that is equivalent to the high school degree. But yeah, they dropped out, and like one went into entrepreneurship and the other one went into some sort of small business. I think they're working with their parents' owned business, but like they already knew what they kind of wanted to do.
Mhm.
I don't know about just dropping out because like you're hating everything. If you know you're going to be motivated and you know like what you want to do and you're going to just keep pushing towards it no matter what, I think dropping out is a fine option. I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I also wanted to
I
say.
can
Oh,
do that.
sorry. You go, Skel.
No, I'm just gonna say that I agree with what you said.
Oh, I was gonna say that I had to do a project on the debate of like whether drop out or not, and all I want to say is like I hate the misconception of Bill Gates dropped out or Steve Jobs dropped out. They dropped out of Harvard being first in their class or whatever. They didn't drop out like in the middle of high school. You don't just like use those as your points. That dropping out, you can 100%. My father was a dropout. My mom was a dropout, and they both became successful. I mean, it's it's about setting yourself up to be successful and have a happy life in the future. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think you just really need to pay attention to that and not just like use those type of basic like they dropped out so why can't I. It's something you need to think about.
Yeah, every person is their own story, and you gotta take a look at the costs and gains of whatever potential options you're considering.
For sure. So next
Mhm.
we have Sabata and Skel. If you could do any job for free, what would it be?
Would that be like without getting any money,
Like
or
just I guess like if you could just have any job.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Honestly, I'd still be a professor. Dude, like look, I'm not going into like I'm getting my PhD, okay? Let's be frank. I could be making a lot of money. If I wanted something that would just make me a ton of money and I would just be happy making money, I could do that right now. I'm at the point in my life where I could go for it. But like if I'm not getting any additional skills, like if you're saying get it for free, like all of a sudden I just gain all of the skills and requirements to like be the best at that job, I'd be a professional pianist. 100%, hands down. I would just gain the ability to be the world's best pianist and play professional concerts everywhere. That's not happening anytime soon, and I do not have the drive for it.
That's
So
sick.
I'm going to stick with chemistry and teaching for right
The
now.
best performer I've ever seen on any instrument was a professional pianist, and it was insane. So that's pretty dope. Skel?
Yeah.
Let's see. If I had to think of any job, I mean, the dream job is like professional game developer, but that market's very volatile, if only because it really depends on how well your game does. That and it also depends on whether or not like you're an indie an indie developer or if you're working for part of a company. And like a lot of companies either tend to not always have the best practices with the people they hire or have the best practices with the products they release. For example, EA,
Oh God.
I don't think I've heard much in terms of complaints from employees, but everyone knows that their DLC fucking is absolutely terrible.
And
And then you have
this,
oh yeah,
this, they
continue.
support child gambling. So.
Well,
Yeah.
you mean no, it's not child gambling. It's surprise
Oh
content.
yes, that's right. That's right.
Surprise content.
Facts.
Yeah, it's surprise content.
Yeah.
Surprise content. Everyone likes surprises,
Yeah.
so we gotta label it as such.
Yeah, everyone
what were you saying,
loves surprise.
Skelda?
I was gonna say there's also like the other end of the coin where you have really good games but really shitty development practices. Like I think an example of that might be what is it? The Telltale games, like towards the tail end of that
Oh gosh, yeah.
series.
Deadlines.
Yep.
Yeah, that and especially in Japan because they already have a very work heavy culture there. Like when they're dead set on getting something done, like they put their heart and soul into it, even if it kills them, literally in some cases, which is rather tragic. And what? So yeah.
That makes sense.
What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
Ah, oh, shit. Well, I already know what I want to do. I guess is I'd love to do research on how different stimuli on the amygdala and the brain affect the symptoms of anxiety, depression, and schizophrenia, and mostly musical stimuli. So I guess that's what I want to do research on. So it's not really a job, but it's kind of what I want to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next, so I know that you covered a lot of topics. And I remember someone mentioned music. So are there any things, music pieces you guys are specifically passionate about? To get through this one, let's. How about we just each say like a piece of music you really recommend checking out? So do you guys have one in mind? Or
I mean, I have one, but I want Sabata to go first.
All right, I listen to trash music, so get ready for this. Artist is Igor with 3 R's.
okay.
All right. They do really weird. It used to be one person, and now they've kind of joined a group, and it's like a combination of like weird Baroque breakcore and like heavy metal, and also it's just kind of strange. It's weird music, but I love listening to it. It's really fast paced and keeps my mind running, which is necessary.
As for me, I think all I need to say for mine is
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I really like.
For me, I think a piece of music you should check out is November Rain by Guns N' Roses. It's the most beautiful power ballad I've ever heard, and it's a very complex piece of music. So that's really cool. For a group to check out, that I think is really solid. That is way underappreciated. Check out King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they're a rock group. It started in 2010, and they're phenomenal. And they have really weird, unique songs, like Pink Floydish vibes, and they're really cool. Alright, next. Is Duke into K-pop? I can fuck around with some Blackpink and some Twice. What about you guys?
No.
Oh, I mean, it was if Duke is into K-pop, and I guess the answer to that question is yes. So Duke is into K-pop.
All right. I think we could go 2 more questions, and then we should probably stop. So let's see.
Yeah.
If there are any more, if they're not anymore, we could end now. Is college really necessary though? Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Not necessarily, no.
No. You can 100% be successful without college. It's been proven many times. It's also been proven that people that do go to college have a higher average pay. So take what you want on things, but it's all about work. Is how much work you put into things is always going to triumph just natural talent.
Also, quality of life.
For sure. What
If your ultimate goal doesn't require you to go through college, or you have a position that you're in that you're happy where you're at, probably not worth it. It's a lot of work, and maybe the cost to benefit ratio doesn't really work for you. Yeah.
Let's see. So probably you said like we'd have time for one more question. All right, guys. What's something you really want us to dig in on or answer?
We're an hour 30
Someone
now.
asked, can we please just take Skel's voice and create a loop? But it sounds like someone's already on it.
Oh, good stuff. Okay. I think that's
That's good.
I think that's everyone. Yeah. So, thank you guys for tuning into the podcast. Sorry this went very much longer than I was thinking it would. I'd like to thank our guests, Sabata and Skel, for putting in time to be here. I really appreciate that. They were pretty pog.
Indeed.
They're
a very podcast.
Very pog cast.
This should be up either really late tonight for me on YouTube on the channel, or it'll be up tomorrow. One of the two. We'll see. Because I'm gonna do some like a little bit of editing on it just to make it look a little bit nicer and stuff, and I'll just post it all.
I think one last thing I think we should like mention is that your second host isn't here with us today.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I just want to say that I mean. The only Adrian wasn't able to be here today. He has a family emergency. So if any of you guys are close to him or whatever, maybe feel free to talk to him or whatever. But yeah, check up on him. But he's here in spirit, and he wanted to be here. And the channel is a channel for the podcast. It's called Partially Engaged.
It's pinned messages in the podcast chat.
For sure. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, chat, for being amazing. And some of you have stuck here for a whole fucking hour and a half. You need to get a life, please. Do something else.
Hell yeah.
And
good use of time.
For sure. And we'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next. Oh wait, I'm not the host.